I'm Alan Gunn, here to tell you what's crap and what's not. Because this movie is awesome. I don't care because when it comes to music, because I'm such a huge geek. This movie is awesome. Hey everybody, I'm Alan Gunn, and what's the point of saying what the reviews? You already know it. It's Sucker Punch. I'm reviewing Sucker Punch. I gotta think of a new movie. Yeah. I'm reviewing Sucker Punch. So Sucker Punch is the latest movie from Zack Crazy About Slow Motion Snyder. And what it's about, it's set in the 50s, and it's about this girl, Baby Doll, by Emily Browning, who is taken to this insane asylum by her evil, evil stepfather. Anyway, she hates it there, she's miserable, she finds out she's getting a lobotomy in 5 days, yeah. And with the help of her other inmate friends, played by Jenna Malone, Abby Cornish, Vanessa Hudgens, and Jamie Chung, this is where it kind of gets a little bit complicated to describe, but anyway, they go into this other world in their heads, and if they take these 5 items in this world, this freaky world, they'll be able to escape from the prison. Yeah. Me personally, just taking my brain out and having a good time, I enjoy the heck out of Sucker Punch. It's a big, dumb, fun, rock and roll blockbuster that is built on what every male has dreamt of. I don't think I've ever dreamt about ripping crystals out of dragon throats, but I'll let it slide. First off, I loved the direction in this movie. Now, this is directed by Zack Snyder, and while I'm not in love with any of his movies, except for the Dawn of the Dead remake, that was awesome. I love his style as a director, and I think that visually, he is a genius. And here, he proves this once again. He does some awesome things with the cameras, and he uses the awesome visuals to his full advantage. Oh yeah, the visuals. Oh my god. These are awesome visuals. They are so, and I mean so cool. And you are entirely convinced that you are in this boy dream fueled world. Let's face it, that's what we were all thinking. And the action in the movie, oh my god. Yeah, it's sweet. All the action's so well directed, choreographed, and it's all so inventive. And I also like that this movie actually does have its moments of really good originality and creativity. I mean, some of the stuff they come up with, and some of the style, and the just way they pull off the action. I don't know how they thought about putting giant samurais with Gatling guns, dragons, mech suits, zombie soldiers, and robots in the same movie, but... And the acting is nowhere near as bad as I thought. In fact, it was actually pretty decent. With the girls, the 5 main girls, I went in there thinking, these girls, they're gonna suck. But they'll be hot. And surprisingly, they're actually decent. And hot. I mean, come on, that's pretty much the whole marketing for this movie. I mean, they can't screw that up. And while they're not great by any means, they do bring some spunk to their characters that I enjoyed. And the supporting cast, especially Oscar Isaac and Scott Glenn, they were really good. And while this movie is anything, and I mean anything but deep, you do root for the girls, you're somewhat, let me repeat that, somewhat involved in their story, and you do feel sad when some of them, yeah, sorry, I can't spoil that. Finally, the soundtrack is freaking awesome. I mean, I like that they got some pop culture songs and kind of changed them up a little bit. I know this is set in the 50s, but they're not afraid to put rap songs crossed with Queen in there, because respect to you, Sucker Punch, that was awesome. Unfortunately, I did have a couple gripes with this movie. However, these are complaints that I expected. Writing? Eh. Plot? Disjointed and kind of rushed. Character development? None, pretty much. You root for them, but you don't really get to know them that well. I do wish they put some humor in there, but that's more of a minor complaint. But the biggest problem I have with this movie is the ending. What? This movie is so freaking awesome for 3/4. Then the ending hits, and the last fourth is just, it's a huge mess. It's boring. Look, I understand that it can't be a happily ever after, oh, we all get to live kind of thing, but the way they just go with the ending is depressing, and it pulls me out of the fun zone. But overall, despite the technical flaws, which a lot of critics are just bashing this movie for, I enjoyed this movie so much. It is so entertaining. Now, I wasn't going to give this movie either a 9 or a 9.5 because I was really entertained by this movie. But with that ending, which is just horrible, I just can't quite go there. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. But this is an extremely enthusiastic 8.5. I do love the movie. I'll watch it again to see how I feel about the ending. But for now, it's just the ending just really bogged down for me. I'm sorry. That was my review of Sucker Punch. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and click the like button and comment below about what you thought about this review and the movie. And so yeah, I'm Alan Gunn here to tell you what's crap and what's not.